You know, every time I tend to think that things just can't get worse, whenever I think that, oh, I think we've seen the maximum of what has to become expected from certain people like this, like Chris Kindred, like Sweet Baby Inc. Whenever I think I've hit that pinnacle of it's definitely not going to get worse than this, I think we're at the apex. Yeah, I tend to find out very quickly that that's just not the case. So we have an article here from That Park Place with a headline that reads, Sweet Baby Inc. employee Chris Kindred allegedly contacts SMASHJT's former employer to try to get him fired.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this face from SMASHJT says it all. Chris Kindred, the arbiter of who started Gamergate 2.0, you know, the one who every single mainstream article, every single mainstream journalist refused to report on properly, every single mainstream shill, they wanted to leave that particular information out of it. They only wanted to talk about the reaction. They didn't want to talk about the cause. Well, yes, we are back full circle. We are back with Chris Kindred, who was the cause of Gamergate 2.0. And the entire reason why all of this went down in the first place with Sweet Baby Inc. He is the reason why something like the Streisand effect exists. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this article, guys, from That Park Place. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. It says Sweet Baby Inc. employee Chris Kindred allegedly contacted YouTuber SMASHJT's former employer in an attempt to get him fired. Now, here's the greatest thing about all of this, ladies and gentlemen. I love that after 10 plus years of Gamergate nonsense, what have we learned? We have learned that quite simply, when these psychopaths are against the wall, when they feel like they have nothing else that they can possibly do because their arguments aren't holding up, they don't want to discuss with anybody who disagrees with them, their echo chambers are being challenged, they no longer have Twitter to control speech, they just completely lose their minds. And now what happens when their backs are against the wall? Well, quite simply, you are going to see the fangs come out, you're going to see the claws come out, and that's exactly what's been happening lately, especially with SMASHJT. They have tried to take down his website, failed. They have tried to get him fired from a job, failed because he doesn't even work there anymore. It's quite amazing to see them be so desperate for a man who is quite simply just doing what they do, just less. That's the amazing thing about all of this, right? They have on their website a list of journalists, on Kotaku's own website. They have a list of journalists with contact information, first name, last name, profile pictures, articles they've written, literally everything that SMASHJT has, except SMASHJT doesn't give the contact information. And yet, for some reason, his website, oh no, that's really bad. That's harassment. But Kotaku's own website doing the exact same thing, oh no, that's just stunning and brave. That's not harassment at all. Then it says Kindred is one of the two Sweet Baby Inc. employees that attempted to cancel Brazilian gamer Cabrutus Rambo for creating a Steam curated list that documented all the games that Sweet Baby Inc. worked on that are available for Steam. Kindred wrote on X at the end of February, the Steam curator harassment group Sweet Baby Inc. detected is led by this person, Cabrutus Rambo. Here's them trying to be slick so they don't get reported. Even with the discriminatory language filed off, the group itself still fails the code of conduct. Well, here's the beautiful thing about all this, okay? And again, we're coming back full circle. This is the only reason why I'm going over it again. It's incredible to see history repeat itself. You got Chris Kindred trying to take down the Sweet Baby Inc. detected website on Steam, anyway, the group. And then what ends up happening? Doesn't work. Steam says it doesn't violate terms of service. It stays up, and now it's at almost 400,000 followers, and is one of the biggest groups on Steam. That's number one, right? Streisand effect. Number two, Nick Calandra tries to take down SMASHJT's website. Succeeds for 24 to 38 hours because, quite simply, it was an automated takedown because of all the mass reports. But then what ends up happening? The Streisand effect takes place. Wix ends up saying that, oh, the website does not violate any terms of service, and they're going to put it back up. SMASHJT wins, they lose, and they lose their mind. So now they are on their third attempt to try to take down someone, and it's quite hilarious. Kindred added, anyway, report the F out of this. So we already know the history. Now let's go into the new stuff. YouTuber SMASHJT details that Kindred contacted his former employer in an attempt to get him fired. He reached out to a company where I had worked for and said that I am harassing and have started a website collecting a non-white audience. I don't know, Chris. I think it's easily disprovable if you go to my website and see that there's nothing illegal here, even though you have tried to get my website taken down and did for like 36 hours. There's nothing that's not public information. This is all readily apparent. He later detailed that he contacted a a place of work of mine that I was at 3 years ago. Okay. And these people, they're very busy people. They have professional jobs. They're working hard. Do some research before you start doing stuff like this. But you leave these messages and you think it's not going to get back to me. I don't know. Maybe you thought it would be anonymous, even though you left your name and your phone number, which is the same number you list on the website, which I know it's you. That is such a brain dead move. Right? If you are going to openly harass someone on the internet, you then choose to do so with your actual name and phone number that is linked to you. That is incredible to me, right? You can't even deny it because it's literally the same phone number. You have given your phone number, you idiot. I just don't know how else to put it other than you must be retarded and you are clearly very bad at this. And it's not shocking as to why or how you caused Gamergate 2.0 to begin with. He says, I don't know what you were thinking and why you thought this was a good idea, but this is going to come back full force on you. You are the bad guy in this situation. You don't do stuff like this. I don't know how else to tell you this, he added. Now, I will say this. The Streisand effect is not over. We haven't seen the maximum effect of the Streisand effect take place yet. I think it's going to happen over time as the year goes on, but as they keep doing this stuff and they keep tripling down and they keep showing everybody else how terrible of people they are, we don't have to do it, right? We can literally stop making content on them today, and tomorrow they will still showcase how terrible of people they are because they do it to themselves. These lunatics will literally show you who they are if you just allow them to speak for 5 minutes. That's all it takes. So I think it's going to happen that the Streisand effect is going to maximize at some point this year. And every time they try to take someone down that they ideologically disagreed with, it's only going to lead to a bolstering of that person's fame and fortune. That's just quite simply what it is. SMASHJT is more famous than he ever was. SMASHJT is going to make more money than he ever did. And as you continue to do this nonsense and targeting him, you are only going to make it worse for yourselves and better for him. It's an absolute loss and a massive L publicly that you're going to have to take over and over and over again. And people are going to roast you for it. If you just stopped talking shit, if you stopped making stupid articles and whatnot, targeting gamers and all this stuff, if you just chose to be a regular urinalist like we all know you can be, and I'm talking about more so the Kotaku people, not Chris Kindred. He's obviously a part of a consultancy group, so their entire existence is grifting on race grifting. That's just what it is, man. It's DEI grifting. But at the end of the day, if you just shut the hell up and do what you want to do, and without putting yourself out there like this, eventually people would stop talking about you, and perhaps this would not be going as long as it is. But ultimately, the longer people talk about you and the more that you triple down, the worse it's going to get for you, and the better it's going to get for us like me and SMASHJT and others. There's plenty of people on YouTube that are reporting on this stuff. You guys tend to focus on the loudest ones or the ones that you think are the loudest ones, but you don't tend to focus on how many people are actually making content about you, which is incredible. And you try to play it off as if it's a small corner of the internet. But the funny thing is, you're so scared of this small corner of the internet that you try to do everything you can possible to avoid a conversation with that corner of the internet. You don't want to have your ideology challenged. I get it. You want to live in that echo chamber. It is a beautiful thing. Still later, SMASHJT stated you are trying to get people fired. You are proactively calling people, asking for them to call back, verifying employment status, verifying why they did things, asking about the website, talking about harassment and potential racism and how it's made for non-white audience. He also had it. You're trying to get people fired because you're trying to justify your position that does not need to exist in the video game industry. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Kindred is doing what he has always been doing since the beginning of Gamergate 2.0, and I'm happy that he finally showed his face again, because that proves that none of these losers are ever going to learn. They're always going to be the same exact lunatic that they were at the beginning. They're going to be a lunatic at the end, and they are infiltrating the gaming industry without a doubt, and we need to continue to fight against them. And all it's going to do by trying to get SMASHJT fired is bolster the resolve of people fighting against you. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.